Professional mixed martial arts is legal in every state except Connecticut and New York, but that may change soon.
Yeah, because as Tim Lammers reports, the potential legalization has already passed one hurdle in the state legislature, and this popular sport could bring some really needed money into the state.
Yes, the Excel Center in Hartford has told The Current that it could make as much as $350,000 per event. We're talking about a total economic impact of millions of dollars every year. But some legislators don't want anything to do with it because they say it's essentially blood money.
Brian American is a former Brazilian jiu-jitsu champion.
Woo!
But now he teaches the martial art at Team Link Connecticut in Enfield. It's a huge part of the growing sport of mixed martial arts.
Okay. Now I have a little bit of control on him.
You see a lot more people interested in the sport, as a sport, and not just where they're going to see somebody beat up another person and see a lot of blood.
He sees the State House's passing of a bill that would legalize professional MMA as a step forward for a sport that still fights something of an image problem.
We all want to see this sport legalized. We want the recognition that it's not a cage fight, that we are, decent human beings.
But State Representative Deborah Lee Hovey says those millions of dollars aren't worth it.
It's definitely a blood sport. It's beat or be beaten. It harkens back to, Roman days.
She points to the sport's obvious potential for blood and knockouts. An American conceded it can be a bloody sport, but also said looks can be deceiving.
On the surface, it looks violent. It looks more violent than boxing. It's a lot safer.
I would be hard-pressed to believe that.
I have more options. I don't have to hit you 200 times in the head and give you multiple concussions.
Yeah, Brian.
But Hovey's other objection is that essentially looks do matter.
We need to be really careful about the messages that we're sending in totality, and that you don't do anything in isolation, especially at the state of Connecticut that has had a horrific tragedy. We've had a lot of conversations about guns and violence, but really what we need to be looking at is the culture of violence.
Keep in mind, Newtown is in Representative Hovey's district, and she says that's had a huge, maybe she wouldn't have felt quite the same a year ago. But as for American, he contends that not only is the sport safe, but legalizing it should then lead to regulations, which should then make the sport even safer. I'm Tim Lammers, Fox Connecticut.